Good morning, YouTubers. T-Square here with T-Square Talks. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday morning. I got a great video planned out for you guys today. It is a package opening, but it's also going to be talking about gold and silver and what's going on. I'm hearing some people say that, they think that this is the breaking down of the price and the price is only going to continue to fall. And I'm not going to sit here and say that's not possible because anything is possible in this world. However, I'm going to say my opinion on why I think we're seeing what we're seeing and why I don't think it's going to last super long. Now, I won't lie to you guys. I really wished I had waited only a couple more days to buy this. However, it wouldn't have made a huge difference. But you know what? Even a savings of 20 bucks is a savings. And we did see a nice little pullback in gold, which is actually what's here. However, I am seeing a lot of stuff basically drying up, specifically in the smaller coins when it comes to gold. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please take a quick minute, hit that thumbs up button for me because it does really help me out and it helps promote the channel, it helps promote videos, and that's really what I mean when I say it helps me out, because I am trying to grow the channel. I'm trying to make a go of this, but obviously, it's a lot of work putting up videos, coming up with ideas every day. So hitting that thumbs up button really helps me out more than you know, and subscribing if you're not subscribed already. So with that being said, let's check this out. It's kind of funny because it's a tiny little package, really. And it's kind of funny because I actually ordered two, which should, I believe, it be in here. And then right after that, I ended up ordering some more. And I already got one, and the other one hadn't even been sent yet. So I'm probably not going to do a referral for this person, but I won't give them a negative feedback, obviously, just because, it is what it is. They just said that basically because the other package was a lot more money, they were a little more scared to send it to a P.O. box. So I'm like, yeah, well, I've gotten plenty of stuff from P.O. box, send it. But I was happy to pick these up. I'm hoping they are queens, which one of them, yep, they both are. So let's take a up-close look as we continue to talk about them. So, pretty coins. They are our choice. I'm actually going to move the camera a little bit forward now. That way I can lean on the table while I'm filming because I'm lazy. So, we got a queen. And I'm checking the years. It was a whatever they wanted to send. These are 2022. This one is, so pretty cool there. And it's got the anti-counterfeit protection, so I like that. The old ones don't always have it, but yeah, I was scrambling to get them. For those of you that don't know, pretty much everything had been selling out under $300. It was kind of crazy, the jump that we've seen it go to. You were lucky if you could pick them up around $280, and then all of a sudden we seen $290, $300, $310, $320, $330, because everything had gotten bought up so quick. And the price climbed. The price has been climbing on gold. I was actually talking to my son, and he's like, you essentially can get 9 of these for the price of 1 ounce of gold. And that's true because of the premiums. However, I really like the small coins. I think they're popular. I think a lot of people like them. And the reason that they've been selling out, you don't see 1 ounce gold coins selling out right now. Why is that? Well, obviously more people can afford these coins. So that's why they're growing in popularity right now. But as promised, we're going to get into what I think is going on with gold and silver. So obviously, if a recession comes, that will potentially drive the price of gold higher. However, in the short run, it will beat it down. And I think there's a lot of people, now that we've seen Bitcoin take a pretty good sizable hit, we're seeing the stock market start coming down a little bit. We've seen the dollar slipping even on their rigged DXY index, you can say, I believe it's rigged. Only rigged because, like I've always said, I mean, I was telling someone this the other day. I said, what would you say if I told you I could run a marathon? I mean, I'm 300 and probably 30 pounds now, 6'3". What would you say if I said I could run a marathon and beat out 1,000 people? And the person laughed that I was telling this to, and I said, yeah, I could. And here's how I would do it. I would set up who I am running against. I would run against the elderly. I would run against people that I know already could not beat me. And that's exactly what I believe the DXY is. It's currencies that they picked and chose to be against. And, they're not comparing all currencies, because if you compare every currency, you would have an actual true breakdown of exactly how good the dollar's doing. But here's another factor that a lot of people don't realize, and I've said this time and time again. If of those 500 people that I'm running against, or 1,000 people, whatever, if every one of us jump out of a plane, does it really matter if I hit the ground first or last? The outcome is still going to be the same. They're all of us are going to hit the ground, essentially. And splat. And that's kind of where I believe the fiat currencies of the world, the US dollar, and every currency of the world is going, because they've all printed it to where it's losing value faster and faster. They need to print more and more dollars, more and more loons, more and more yen, yuan, whatever the currency is. They've got to print more and more of them to basically fund whatever their programs are. And everybody's got their own programs, whether you're the United States and you've got programs, or you're China and you have a different set of programs. It all costs money. And that's one of the reasons why I really like gold and silver, because every time they print more money, it only makes gold and silver go up. Because if gold and silver was still the old school prices, where silver was $1 an ounce and gold was $35 or $20 an ounce or $35 an ounce, the truth is, with all the paper money that's out there, it would be bought up instantly. And somebody out there would want to be controlling it. But the truth is, the price keeps inching up higher and higher and higher. And that prevents one person from buying it all up. However, with silver, there is a minimal amount. It's finite. I can't stress enough how important it is to technology, to green energy. And at some point, people are going to realize what's going on. And if you think that's just silver, that's not the case. And the reason I say that is I was actually listening to something earlier, and with gold hitting another all-time high, somebody was talking about gold, and he said, he goes, honestly, I wouldn't buy ETFs. He got questioned, and they're like, okay, so obviously ETFs is the best way to buy. Then how would you go about that? And he goes, honestly, I wouldn't touch an ETF. And I was like, what? That ain't what mainstream media wants you to hear. He goes, I wouldn't trust ETFs because who actually has ownership of the gold? How much paper gold is it? There's a lot of shady ETFs out there now. And that kind of worries people. That's why I like physical. A lot of people I know like physical. And I think a lot of you guys that are in the stacking community like physical. Whether you're a collector of coins or whatever the case may be, you realize that it's only going to continue to go higher and higher. And once you see that, that's it. You can't unsee it. It's like seeing behind the curtain. That's it. You know what's happening. I was thinking today, some of y'all may know this, I do like playing slot machines. I like playing poker. I like doing a little bit of gambling here and there. And I actually went and played the slots today. And I didn't do well. I lost. And then after I was done, I went to the post office box and pulled these out. And I said, you know what? At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter, in my opinion, what I have, as long as I got something sound. I've got something physical. Having physical gold, physical silver, it puts you in a way better spot than the majority of the people. Because when everything collapses, and I believe eventually it will, then who has the gold is what's going to matter. I won't say gold is the end all to the be all, but I will say having physical gold and silver will give you options down the road. A lot of people just don't understand that. And I think once they do understand that and they start stacking, they try to push themselves to stack a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. So it's just something worth thinking about. And, with the economy potentially going into a recession, I think a lot of people are already selling some of their paper positions. And that's why we're seeing this drop in basically gold and silver. It was a great drop today. I loved seeing it. I loved seeing silver dip down to 29 and a quarter. Seeing gold dip down to 2,400, I think. Considering we were almost at 2,500 not too long ago. I know someone out there is going to say, no, it says that the all-time high is 2,460, but what that's not counting, that's the all-time high close. So when the markets close is different than the middle of the day trading. And this has actually bit a couple of friends of mine because they went back and they looked at the price and they're like, I got cheated. They said it was worth, you have big swings during the day of gold and silver. And we're seeing more and more volatility in gold and silver right now. And I think that volatility is essentially a sign that there's something big going on. And, who knows what the right type of silver is to buy, the right type of gold. Personally, I like stuff that people can afford even when the price goes up, because let's take a 1 ounce gold coin that right now is sitting at, you're going to pay $2,500, $2,600, $2,700 depending on the coin. And something like this, you know what, a lot of people don't have that kind of money, but something like this, $300, that's an opportunity, I believe. I think it's going to go a lot higher, and I think it will be easy to recoup that. And the truth of the matter is, I know someone out there is going to say, oh, but you're paying too much for your premiums. That's true. I personally, though, have never been in a position where I've had a hard time getting my money back for a coin. And I have had to sell some. Obviously, if you see a big pullback, a huge pullback, and then all of a sudden, that's it. And a pullback example might be like 2011 when gold got up to $2,000 an ounce and then went all the way back down to 990. That is a devastating pullback. You're probably not going to recoup your money in a case like that. However, when you're dealing with essentially a lot of ETFs out there, a lot of paper positions, a lot of short positions, anything can happen. But the truth of the matter is there's only so much physical. And once you realize that, then you start realizing that you want to have physical when it gets ugly. And I think eventually it will get ugly. And I think more and more people are starting to realize that. And that's why they are buying up gold and silver. I'm hoping later in the week to do another trade with a friend of mine. He is starting to convert his whole collection into kilo bars. And he's like, hey, I want to trade regular ounces for kilos. And I said, why? I go, if you ever had to sell them, you're going to have a little bit of a hard time selling a kilo. And he's like, no, I don't believe that. I'd rather just have kilos because they all match and they all look good. And I said, yeah, I'll be more than happy to work something out with you on that trade. Because I'd rather have single ounces that I can trade, that people can afford, that I can put up. He's already done that deal twice now with kilo bars, so I'm hoping to end up trade that again. I do check everything with the Sigma and stuff, so I think gold and silver, this is just temporary, this nice little pullback. I'm taking advantage of the opportunity. Could it go lower? I won't lie to you and tell you that it can't go lower. I think it's possibility we're going to see it dip a little lower. I think we'll see a lot of articles out this weekend about how gold and silver got destroyed and how it's a bad investment. But I would challenge to say, how much lower can they really push it down next week? I'm willing to bet not much lower. I would like to see a little bit more of a dip on late Sunday night into overseas trading, only because we took a big hit today. And, I think that could possibly carry into Sunday night. and even more into early Monday morning. But I think when the markets open, if we see any more of a dip, we're going to see some extensive, intense buying, which could possibly drive it a little higher. It's not often that we see a big dip on a Friday, but it is a Friday that's a non-payroll week for most people. Not as many people get paid this past Friday, yesterday, as they do on like the 15th, the 1st, key dates. So that's why I am hoping to see a little bit more of a pullback, and I'm not worried in the least about it. I don't plan on selling. I got one of my buddies that he's like, dude, what does it matter if it goes up? What does it matter if it goes down? You ain't selling, you're just buying. In fact, if it goes lower, that's great because we can buy even more of it. And I think that's a good approach, good attitude to have. And so we'll see what happens and how it plays out. So with that being said, thank you all for watching and commenting. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you really want to help the channel out, become a member. We will probably be going live this weekend. It's only $1.99 to become a member. You have a shot at winning a free ounce of silver. It will be a lot of fun. And usually people get excited when we do that. So pretty cool. And let me know what you guys think. Another couple little 10th ounces, nothing big. Another little something to put away for the long haul. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys again on T-Square Talk. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.